Okay, when we hold the ball as runners, constantly talk about keeping the ball high and tight, keeping our pads low in traffic. Okay, we also talk about making people miss and breaking tackles. Okay, one of the tendencies is when you're trying to break a tackle or fight for extra yards, you worry more about the person you see than the person you don't see. So this is our stiff arm drill here. And here we'll be running, and in each bag we'll give a stiff arm on the bag, and then we'll have a defender trying to punch the ball out as your stiff armor. So the emphasis here is while you're using your off arm, the stiff arm, you still have to be able to keep the ball high and tight against your chest while you're worrying about the defender you see, because oftentimes it's the defender you don't see that makes the strip. So constantly keeping the ball high and tight, constantly trying to break tackles, constantly thinking about getting yards after contact, constantly thinking about getting your pads down in traffic, constantly thinking about no air between the ball and your chest. Those are the thoughts that we go into when we run with the football, and this is just another example of us trying to keep the ball high and tight while trying to break a tackle and not seeing the defender trying to strip the ball out. Okay, our next drill here is wounded dogs. Okay, you'll see here, got the ball on the right arm, keeping it high and tight, squeeze across our chest. This is, simulates us going to the ground, okay, bracing our fall. All right, one of the things you don't want to do is you don't want to get air between the ball and your chest, because that's when the defender will come up and wrap up behind you and possibly punch the ball out. By keeping the ball squeezed against your chest, you prevent that from happening. So here we're just helping on one leg, bracing our fall with the off arm, keeping the ball high and tight against our chest the whole time. Next group goes up, ball on the right arm, off arm is the left arm, touching it 3 times, accelerating out, keeping the ball high and tight against our chest. On the way back, we get the ball on our left arm, 3 hops, brace our fall with the off arm, keeping the ball high and tight against our chest. Going right arm, then left arm holding the ball, then you'll see here the whistle will blow and we'll go to the next station. Okay, last drill we'll do right here is our zigzag drill. Okay, here we're emphasizing keeping the ball high and tight as we always do. Okay, when we go to the first cone, all right, we will, as we're keeping the ball high and tight, we will rip the ball back into our body. Okay, as you'll see right here, the first runner coming up to the defender, ripping the ball back into his body. As he goes to the next cone, he stiff arms the defender all the time, keeping the ball high and tight against his body. Goes to the third cone, rips the ball back into his body, keeping the ball high and tight, and then we always have a finish at the end. Get low to high, 2 hands in traffic if need be. Pad level's key. High and tight, okay, keeping the ball squeezed against your chest, and pad level. Those are very important things. This next, the second runner attacking the last bags is way too high. That's when most fumbles occur, is when guys don't have low pads. You gotta have low pads. You're too high, defender can strike the helmet and knocking the ball loose. So the biggest thing is ripping the ball back into our body, using our stiff arm on the next defender, ripping the ball back into our body, using the stiff arm, and then finishing through with low pads.